Hello and welcome to our quarterly update. This is our video series where we go through the various updates within the accounting app space. I'm Luke from the cloud accounting team here at PM+M. Let's dive in. So on the agenda today, we're going to look at some updates from our key apps, which are Xero and QuickBooks this time. We're also going to look at app news, which is just general bits and bobs from the accounting app space that may be of interest. We're going to look at some trigger points around signals that might suggest that you need to consider a cloud accounting conversion. And we're also going to look at our Dext event, which is coming up next month. Kicking things off, we're going to look at Xero's updates first. So they've launched a new dashboard, which is basically when you log into the product, it now looks different than it used to. There's various different widgets that you can customize or turn on and off, and it's just a lot more flexible than it used to be. They've also launched a bank auto reconcile feature. So this is like an AI assistant which will go into your bank and match off transactions that have a high probability of being correct. So basically this is to stop you having to go in and manually match off every single transaction on your bank. You can switch this on, it is an optional feature. And then if you do choose to use it, you can review a report of everything that the AI has matched off. You can make any amendments as needed, and it will learn from any amendments that are made, so it should get it right in future if you're having to change anything. They've also launched AI Insights for their analytics package, which is underpinned by SIFT. Another big one is they've made some pricing changes. So Xero has increased their pricing for API calls, and that's what the other softwares that integrate with Xero use to communicate with Xero. And the reason why this is important from a user perspective is that the software developers are likely to have some significantly increased costs, and they're going to probably want to pass this on to customers, unfortunately. So you may see some subscription prices increasing in the near future. In their Making Tax Digital for Income Tax product, Xero have now launched that it supports multi-business. So if you've got different income streams from an unincorporated business point of view, their MTD package now supports that. In other Xero news, they've made credit notes now look like invoices, so a slight design tweak there to make them look more in sync with each other. Reporting customization has now been enhanced with things like percentages. You can now add percentages to your custom reports, whereas you couldn't before. It's not perfect, but it is an improvement compared to the previous iteration. There's also some talk of a new Xero product on the way. This is speculation in the marketplace because Xero recently listed a very senior level job requiring some enterprise level experience. So there's some talk that they think Xero is going to be launching an enterprise level product in the near future. So keep an eye out for that. So now we'll look at QuickBooks Online. QuickBooks have made some changes to the user experience, which makes it now look more like the Intuit Accountant Suite. They've also launched QuickBooks Payments, which allows you to pay directly via QuickBooks Online. Their MailChimp integration is now enhanced for e-commerce SMS campaigns, which has deeper integration with Shopify. Their App Store has now launched a new partner program. This is focused around high quality apps, but they haven't put out any explanation as to what makes an app high quality. So whether this is led by reviews or whether it's a paid partnership situation, we are yet to find out. And the inventory system has been improved, so this now supports weighted average cost and moving average cost. So looking at the other updates from QuickBooks, there's now AI-powered insights for clients within the Accountant Suite. which focuses around benchmarking. There's a new view coming for self-employed individuals, which shows all different income sources with a filing status for each. So if you have multiple different income sources, it'll show these, and you can also file them all in one. They've also added a capital marketplace. So this is lending, which is powered by ULend and AddSum. They've also made some improvements to batch transactions. So this now covers customers, vendors, and fixed assets. And it means you can process things more quickly in a spreadsheet style layout. They've also launched a Google Sheets sync, so you can design reports and live sync data across to Google Sheets. Now looking at some general app news. Firstly, Dext have launched their payment platform, so it's a similar product to things like Mimo or Teleroo. They've launched their payment platform, which is powered by Airwallex. BrightPay have launched their cloud app, which is BrightPay is a payroll package. FYI have released Forms, so that's a practice management software. It now allows you to capture data from clients and employees as part of an automated flow. This is a big one. Mimo have launched their AI associate. So we've been working very closely with Mimo on this package, helping them develop it. And it's all centered around making month-end close easier. So it's an AI-based product which basically does a lot of the sort of repetitive work that might be required around closing down month end. A big thing around missing paperwork, prepayments and accruals, identifying items which may need to be prepaid or accrued, and that sort of thing. So, you know, watch this space. I think that's going to be a very big product going forward. Go Cardless has now been acquired by Molly. Unleashed have changed their pricing. So Unleashed is an inventory product which integrates with Xero. They've changed their pricing structure. So some of the entry level size clients may be unaffected or may actually be better off with the new pricing structure. However, some of the larger customers may see their costs increasing there. Cresco have also launched their pay by card function. So Cresco is what Xero uses for their Xero payments feature. That's underpinned by Cresco. So you can now pay by card rather than having to pay by bank. So now we'll have a little look at some triggers around inventory. So these are just various different aspects of the business which may suggest that it's worth considering using a cloud-based accounting package. Starting off with e-commerce. So if you've got a business selling across multiple e-commerce channels, you know, like you're having to maintain various different income streams. A cloud-based accounting package can help you with this. You can use a product like Link My Books, for example. That will help sort of funnel all those income streams into your accounting package, so you're no longer having to manually enter any data. You're no longer having to import any spreadsheets or things like that. In terms of your dispatch function, if you're using any standard couriers, you can now integrate dispatch flows and updates into the system. So you could book deliveries directly through your stock system and have updates feeding back on progress. If you do have inflated stock levels within the business, whether that's because a poor understanding of what might have sold, or whether things are being over ordered, modern inventory packages can now use historic trends to predict what kind of sales volumes you're looking at going forward, and then it will advise you when you should reorder to stop you over ordering. If you've got any delays in procurement time, you know, if you're waiting long times for your materials to be delivered, you can add minimum reorder levels to your inventory system to advise when the team need to reorder, just to make sure that you've got adequate goods on hand to deliver your sales on time going forward. Finally, just to round things off, I wanted to talk a little bit about our Dext event, which we've got coming up in March. It's on the 19th of March at Stables Country Club in Bury. This is an event that we're hosting with CFO Tech Stack. And the focus of the event is really around how you can scale your business using Xero. So there's a bit of a misconception that Xero is only aimed at very small businesses. So if you're a finance director or you're working in a finance team at a larger company, this is the kind of event for you. You'll be able to see live demos of various app packages that can integrate with Xero. And we're going to be doing workshops, we're going to be doing demos. Representatives from a bunch of our app partners are going to be there, so if you have any questions around how they work or how to get set up, and also there will be a bunch of us from the cloud accounting team at PM+M there on hand. So if it is something that you're interested in, if you think your accounting system could be better, particularly if you're stuck with a bloated ERP system that's costing loads of money and it's kind of excessively big for what you actually need, I would recommend that you come to this event and see what you can do with Xero. And that's everything for this quarter's update. If you do have any questions, please feel free to drop us an email on cloudteam@pmm.co.uk or give us a call on 01254 679 131 and ask for a member of the cloud team. Any of us will be happy to help you out.